Hello, welcome to Trailer Trash. I guess it's kind of apropos for the month, or the month that's going to be. A lot of horror movie trailers coming out. I'm assuming they're all going to come out in October, but who knows. This one happens to look particularly weird and ridiculous. So let's check it out. It's called Operation Blood Hunt.
We lost contact with Marine outposts near the Mariana Trench.
We need someone with skills in your area of expertise.
You'd be going in with a team of operatives specially trained for this type of situation.
And as any team of operatives specifically equipped for the situation, you got the strictly professional, all business guy, right? You got the token woman. you got the dude who really wants to be Sam Neill. Like, look at that face. And then of course you always have to have, the muscle, right? Yeah, the muscle. So there's your team. I kid, but it's kind of neat how it's sort of, you can kind of get a glimpse of these guys as characters just from these short little interactions. So that's kind of fun. Chances are, though, this is a really shit movie that has no effort put into it whatsoever. That might not be fair. That's a little mean-spirited, but let's keep watching and find out.
Do these guys know they've been sent on a suicide mission?
Well, that's not really their concern.
Yamashita's gold.
Okay, so you know what? From the glimpses, see, one of these creatures is in the thumbnail, and it looks absolutely ridiculous in the thumbnail. But, you get these little tiny quick glimpses, and I don't know, it's not bad. It's very, very Chewbacca. I kind of like it. All right, see, no, there's what the fuck is this? I appreciate the practical effects, but that head is way too fucking big for that body and is so clearly just a mask. Like, it's not moving, it's not doing anything else but just being mouth agape. Like, no expression or anything. Yeah, that's more what I was expecting. So, in dark light and quick little cuts, not a bad looking monster, but yeah, you put it under light and give it any sort of wide berth of movement, keep it on screen for more than 2 seconds, and kind of falls apart, doesn't it? Yeah, it's so, like, this day and age, again, kudos to practical effects and costume, but its mouth would be moving if it was an actual creature. So, suspension of disbelief, kind of shot straight to hell. It's so goofy looking.
They're hard to kill. You're gonna need that. It's made from silver.
And just the feet. Like, look at the little... the big toes sticking out. Mainly, I have to harp on it because, again, it's a little bit of like, well, I don't want movies to rely on CG, but maybe do a bit better with the practical effects, Like, when did Star Wars come out? And their shit was more realistic than this. There, that's the thumbnail picture. Yeah, just the portions, like gigantic ass head on a normal person body. At least the mouth moved that time. I'm almost afraid to say it, but let's check out the comments. Someone stole a Lycan suit from the Underworld movie set. This werewolf suit as same Lycan from Underworld suit? Question mark. it's apparently, I haven't seen Underworld for a really long time, but multiple people came with the same conclusion. Unless this one is one of those things where it's a movie with werewolf person, so correlation to other werewolf movies, make the joke that they're related kind of thing, or do they actually look similar? I don't know. Is this intentionally bad or accidentally bad? It makes all the difference. This is very true, and it's an interesting concept to think about, because you have those movies that were just bad. They weren't intended to be bad. They just were bad. Ed Wood, Tommy Wiseau, those kind of directors, not intentional as far as I understand. I don't know them personally. Not intentionally bad. That's just how it happened, right? They made the movie. Their hearts were in it, but it was just garbage. But now you have this whole movement of Sci-Fi Channel, for example, likes to do this a lot. Intentionally bad. And it's just so... it's so frustrating. I hate it. Like, it's such a dumb idea to be... here's the new movement for art. Do bad on purpose. Like, no. Why would you do that? Because it sets a bad precedent, you know? Like, now no one's going to try, because then they could just step away from a really bad movie and be like, oh, that was the intent. We were trying to be, you know? It's like fucking Last Jedi. That asshole. I love the movie Brick, but apparently the director just sucks. But yeah, his whole like, oh, it was meant to subvert expectations. Like, you know, that's just a cop out. It's a very obvious cop out too. Yeah, don't do that. Just try to be good. If it wasn't good, just own up to it. Be like, oh, well, I guess what I thought worked didn't work for people, and do better next time. That's the main issue, is that no one's going to try to be better if you intentionally make movies bad, right? So that's my rant about accidentally bad or intentionally bad. It does definitely make a difference, as this person states, because one will bring down Hollywood even further than it already is, and the other is just, you know, sometimes you make bad decisions and you try again and do better. Werewolf art and design perfect. Oh, faces. I don't know if people are trying to be funny about that. It's not the only comment that unironically or seemingly unironically praises the costume design. I am 100% sold on this. Inject straight into my eyeballs now. Looks like an insane cross between Dog Soldiers, Underworld, and Project Metal Beast. Bring it on. A lot of people are bringing up Dog Soldiers, and I've never heard of it, but from what I'm gathering, it's basically like soldiers hunting werewolves, maybe? Schlock at its best, multiple exclamation marks. A true worthy of the genre, also exclamation mark. A true film worthy of the... A true gentleman worthy of the genre. A true piece of garbage worthy of the genre. Yeah, a lot of people seem to be really down for this, I think because of the campiness of it, like just how ridiculous it looks. And, you know, I did praise the beginning of how it showed the major characters, and just from quick shots, they all had personality to them, kind of. And that's really cool. So, you know, again, I joked that, you know, it's probably a low budget, you know, shitty movie. But that being said, at least it can do some potentially interesting character. You know, the story might be really cool. The characters might be really cool. The cinematography might be really good, given the fact that, again, I got something from the characters just at glances. I also may have just been digging way too much into it, because I didn't think I'd have a lot to say about a movie where the thumbnail was some really shitty werewolf costume. But, you know, it probably has its moments, and, you know, has some good stuff about it, despite how it doesn't sell itself very well by showing the monster. But apparently that's what people want. There's clearly an audience for this, because a lot of comments are just like, hell yeah. And again, I think unironically, hell yes, more suits over crappy CGI, practical effects every day. Not the best use of practical effects though. Like, I get it. We hate CG. CG is bad. I'm not even 100% on board with, but that doesn't mean that your standards for practical effects have to go like to dog shit. Dog shit. Again, Star Wars, like that was good practical. There's such a thing as bad practical effects. Just because it's there doesn't mean it's good. Star Wars, again, fucking Force Awakens, how they were praising themselves on, oh, no CG in this movie, even though there's a lot of fucking CG in that movie, basically just to, middle finger to the prequels, because of course, why not just hate the prequels for only reason because of the CG effects. Okay, yeah, sure, whatever. But yeah, it's just like, well, that movie was just boring. Like, yeah, there's practical effects, but so who does anybody remember any of the, like, yeah, that the guy Simon Pegg played, oh man, such a memorable Star Wars character. Like, fuck off, it's so dumb. So again, cool practical effects. CG, yeah, you want to tone it down, but I think in some regards, yeah, why not use CG? But yeah, you want to have standards still, even if it's not CG, because that's just a little ridiculous. You're moving way too far the other direction to oppose the one, whatever. Oh God. Oh, what the fuck? What culture? 8 shocking horror movie monsters with surprising. What is this? Sorry, it has nothing to do with the trailer, but it just caught my eye and it reminded me of really dumb horror movie, but scene stuck with me. It's completely off topic, but fuck it. I probably didn't have a lot to say about this anyway to make a 10-minute video. Mirror. I think it was called Mirror or Mirrors. Yeah, that scene depicted there. The mirror is like the bad guy, like your reflection. The reflections are haunted or something. The mirrors were haunted, and so your reflection will do things to fuck with you. And yeah, that scene, that woman, I think it's even like your typical, like, oh, she's in the shower or something, and her mirror self rips off her own jaw, like slowly and painfully rips off her own jaw, and you just see it happen. And that was, grown ass adult for the most part, watching it in theaters, and I'm like, I looked away. I was like, no, I'm not going to see this. This is too much. Like, what the fuck? So yeah, but that scene, in fact, I think just not too long ago, I was thinking about that scene again, how it's just like dumb, underwhelming horror movie that I couldn't even tell you what the rest of the plot was about. But that fucking scene, man, Jesus Christ. Anyway, Wolfman meets the A-Team. What? What the fuck was it called? Dog Days. Oh, Operation Blood Hunt. Wow. The title just really sticks with you. Yeah, obviously I'm mixed on it because, for one, it looks silly and stupid and the costumes are ridiculous. But on the other hand, I can see the merits of campy, just movies that just have fun. Wasn't I just talking a couple weeks ago about how we've lost our touch of just having over dramatic and ridiculous characters, villains who are just there to be bad and evil, like mwahaha, twirl the mustache. Like, what happened to movies trying to be fun and stop taking themselves too seriously? Well, there you fucking go. It's just, maybe put a little bit more effort into your costumes. I'm just saying. But yeah, thanks for watching.